Hey YouTube, JC here. Well, if you look at the description, I have basically XM-18 in the description, or why I won't buy another XM-18, and it's because of this knife sitting right here. And this is obviously not one of those. This is a Hinderer Jurassic, and I didn't clean it off last time I used it. That's that big of a deal. But as far as I know, that I've seen anyways, they only make one Jurassic. I mean, they make a bunch of different options for it, but they only make one size per se. Like in the XM-18, like this is my 3-inch right here. So, and you can see the difference between the two. We got, I'll put it where you can see it, so putting it out of the camera. As you can see here, it's a lot bigger than the 3-inch. So the body's not a lot bigger, it's a lot taller, but you get a lot more blade. And it's a little more girthy. I actually don't even have a 3.5-inch XM-18 because I really didn't like the one I had and I sold it. I really do like this knife a lot, but as you can see right there, I didn't push it down hard enough to open it, because every time you open it, you can call that jimping, I guess, but to me it's just like massively sharp cutouts. And that's one thing I don't like about the XM-18. I know you can get the non-flipper version, which has the thumb tab only, but for some reason on this knife, and you saw me do it when I went to open it before, with this thumb stud here, it gets caught in your finger right there when you're trying to flip it open sometimes, so you have to like make sure you get it out of the way. I do love this knife though, and I'm almost thinking about cutting this tab off and making it flipperless and making it just thumb stud only, because I love this blade so much, and you can't really get this blade that I've seen anyways in the non-flipper version. But I do love this blade, this Wharncliffe blade. It's, you know, it's thin enough to be slicey. Like I said, I'm a mechanic, so what I use it for, it's really good for getting underneath, cutting zip ties and cutting wire loom and sheathing and hoses and stuff like that. So I really do love this knife, but the only reason I haven't cut this off yet is because of Voyager warranty. But, you know, honestly, if I break the damn knife, then it is what it is at this point. But anyways, enough about that. I just wanted to clear up why I'm not buying another XM-18, and it's really because of that. So the ergonomics on this knife, now for my hand anyways, I know a lot of people, you can see here, it's got this little top ridge right here. A lot of people say it digs into their hand when they're gripping it. In my hand, it's perfectly fine. I don't know. The way I grip a knife and the way I use it, I mean, even if you do reverse grip and you're coming through, it's completely fine to me. But yeah, like normal grip, normal cutting, you know, you can kind of get down on it if you want to do something fine. But right here, I mean, that's pretty much your sweet spot. And it's not really digging in because you're not like gripping it like this a lot. You're not gripping it like that. You're gripping it like this. You know what I mean? Right here. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, this knife to me, I don't know why, like I said, they have the jimping so far back, because when you're gripping it, I grip it up here anyways. I grip it right up there. I'm not gripping it back here. I mean, look at your wrist angle when you're doing that. You know, I don't know why they have the cutouts so far back. They should just have the cutouts right here, maybe the first two, and then you wouldn't have that problem when you hit back on the flipper. So anyways, like I said, enough carrying on about the XM-18. It's a great knife. I don't know why they had that jimping so crappy up there. I mean, to me, if they wanted to do like a couple right there, they would do it, but it would probably cost them time and stuff to do that. So they don't really need to do that. But as far as the blade goes, I love this blade. This is the Magna Cut version. I'm not going to flex today, but I do have two of these. Actually, I ended up getting one of these in the blue and one in the orange. And the only reason I got two of them is because I've never had one before. Is because I'm like, you know, if I don't like it, I'll just sell it. It's not a big deal. And I'm loving this knife. And I've used this knife for give or take a month now. I don't remember exactly when I got it. It was about a month ago. I got it on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and like I said, they popped up, and there was 4 of them, and I saw this one in the orange, and I'm like, well, let me just put it in my cart and see what happens. And they both got purchased, and I was like, you know what? After I started carrying this thing, I'm like, I'm not selling this thing. This thing is just amazing. So anyways, let's do some quick numbers real quick. I know this thing, I don't know why, but it's weird to get, there we go. Now it's on camera, so let me change the mode real quick. It's on grams, ounces. So this thing is 5.4 ounces. And to me, it's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's a good size for a nice, just rugged knife. You know, this thing to me is a tank. It's really is a tank of a knife. You just feel like no matter what you do, you're not going to hurt it. And let's see what the 3-inch is. The 3-inch is 3.3. So, I mean, this is a little mini tank, basically, is what this is. It's a really cool little knife, this little XM-18. Like I said, you know, I may just end up getting one in the non-flipper version and just keep this one because I really, really like this knife. So, and I love the blade of it, the blade shape of it. Let's go with a little bit of measurements here. As you can see, it's perfect action. When I got this knife, I'll just show you real quick. I have not touched this knife, and the orange one's the same way. Dead nuts perfect. Only thing I did do when I first got it is, because I didn't know if they oiled it when they sent it, I put a little bit of oil on it, and that was it. I didn't touch any adjustment. I have not touched I did touch a screw. I take that back because whenever you get them, they have them in the down version, and I like carrying them this way with the blade, you know, the blade up version. So I like, you know, right hand carry like that. But that's the way I prefer to carry my knives. But let's go with some measurements real quick, getting off on a little tangent there. So start off with the blade. They're saying it's, I think, 3 1/4 or so, and that's about right. Cutting edge, you don't get that much cutting. You get about, maybe you do, because if it goes all the way down to the bottom, I mean, they had that little choil there, but it's a little over 3 inches. So the exact measurement of the knife, I don't know if they call it exactly 8 or not. Let me lock my freaking tape measure here so it's not moving on us. But it's pretty much right at 8 inches, I think, if you look at it. A little under 8. So it's a little under 8 inches. So it's 8-inch knife, open, just over 5 ounces. To me, like I said, it's, you know, it's a little girthiness to it, but it fills your hand nicely. As you guys know that have had a Hinderer, there's pretty much unlimited options for these things. I mean, you can get different clips, you can get different hardware. I know a lot of times catching the stuff in stock's pain in the butt, but it's like that with anything pretty much nowadays. It's, you know, as far as the knife stuff goes. But I do like this grip on this G10. I'm assuming it's G10. I think that's what they said it was. But I mean, it's really, really nice. I don't know if I'm going to make this full titanium because I just like the way it feels in the hand so much. You know, I mean, if it was titanium, it would be obviously smoother here. It would maybe feel a little sturdy. It would probably add some weight to it, which is another negative. And not just that, if you guys looked at the titanium handles, I know I think there's only one company that does the aftermarket stuff. But Hinderer titanium handles are like, they're about half as much as you can buy the whole knife for, just to get a titanium scale, the one side. So, you know, whether it's worth it or not, I'm sure it may be. But to me, I mean, I didn't want to get too fancy with this knife because I use this knife. I mean, I use all my knives. There are a couple that I have that are a little bit more showy that I take out to town with me and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie about that. Like honestly, I have a couple Malibus, and my Malibus, I really don't take those to work. For the simple fact is, honestly, the anodization on those, on the aluminum, I don't want to drop them on the concrete and scratch them up and stuff. You drop this, put a little scratch on it, it's not done to the world. You know what I mean? You're not even really going to tell, to be honest with you, if it even scratches, because it's titanium. Those of you guys that have tried to cut titanium before, super hard. But yeah, I mean, the action of this knife, the feel of this knife, just the way it cuts. I have not even touched this knife up yet. Like I said, I've had it for, you know, roughly a month or so, give or take. But, you know, I cut hose at work. Like I said, I cut zip ties. I have cut cardboard with it. I was using a couple Walmart knives the other day to break down some boxes. My wife got a new patio set, and I put that together. And I'm not exaggerating. After cutting like one box up, the knife got dull. It was a cheap Walmart knife, you know. And that's the difference between good knives and crap knives, pretty much. So I just had this one, and I, you know, sitting there in the shop. So I pulled this one out, and I cut the rest of the boxes up with this, and you know, it did fine. Like I said, I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that talk about different things, and I'm not even going to get into it, the whole Hinderer thing that happened last year. But talk about different things with edge retention and all this stuff and heating. But you know, if you're heat treating a knife properly, really has nothing to do with the hardness scale of it. You can have a knife with the same exact, like say it's 60 hardness. You can have 5 different heat treats, and all one of them are different qualities of heat treat. I mean, there's plenty of guys that make knives. You can go and watch videos of it. There's this one actually specific guy. It's like an outdoors channel, but he makes knives, and he did one where he did the 60, I think it was between 60.5 and 61 Rockwell hardness scale. And he treated the knives 3 different ways. And all three of them came out the exact same hardness, but they were all three different. Like basically one of them, just the tip broke just in a little bit of piece of wood. So, you know, if they're heat treated properly, that's the most important thing in my opinion. But like I said, real world testing, what it is, if I'm using a knife every day, cutting hose, cutting zip ties, you know, hitting wood, hitting this and that, and the knife's still sharp after a month or so, off and on, not everyday use, but off and on use. I did carry it for a solid week just to make sure I did that. And like I said, it's been holding up pretty good. I do like the Magna Cut. I like the blade. Like I said, it's not going to be a thin slicey blade like one of your TRM knives or something like that, like a Shadow or an Atom. It's not like a slicey. It's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be, you know, a thicker blade that's more durable. So for that, like I said, me being a fleet mechanic, works pretty well. And I really enjoyed this knife. And, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, this might be probably my favorite knife right now in my collection. I'm not sure. I got this in the orange one. I haven't even carried the orange one yet, but I've just been using this. As far as just the ergonomics on it, the way it feels, you know, it's not light, so it's more of a work knife to me. It's not something I'm going to put in a duffel bag or carry with me all the time. It's strictly a work knife, but for being a work knife, I think it's probably my favorite work knife right now. So anyways, let me guys know if you have a Jurassic or what you think about the differences in the XM-18 and the Jurassic. And we'll let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.